Hello and welcome back to Honest Sex Ed. My name is Asia, and if you saw my first video, thank you so much for joining me once again. And if this is your first time with me in this space, welcome, and I hope you stick around. Today, I want to go ahead and talk about the sex ed myth, that being the pervasive concern that sex education at a younger age will encourage young people to take part in sexual activities sooner. This is a totally understandable concern, especially if your view of sex ed has been shaped by sex education like we have in the United States. Here we have abstinence-based education, which focuses on the potential negative repercussions of sex. And in some more progressive areas, we do learn some of the proper terminology for our reproductive systems, and you may even get to put a condom on a banana. So if this is your vision of sex ed, you probably don't think that's appropriate to teach to kindergartners, right? That's not age-appropriate information or necessary at that age. Another concern I hear quite often is that giving young people too much information too soon will somehow ruin their innocence. And when I hear this come up, I think it is just so important that we stay grounded in the reality. And the truth is, for better or for worse, young people have access to much different types of media than ever before. You may have heard that the average age most young people begin watching porn nowadays is between the age of 11 and 13. I think we can all agree that is pretty young, and as adults, hopefully we all know that porn is meant for entertainment purposes only and is by no means educational or a realistic view of sex and relationships. So it's incredibly important that we give a balanced view to sort of counteract some more extreme ideas that might be presented to the young people in our lives. So with that said, what can we teach young people about? Luckily, we don't have to start from scratch because some other countries have already begun researching and implementing some new teaching strategies. In the United Kingdom, they have what are called sex and relationship education courses, or SREs. And these classes begin in kindergarten, where they talk about what qualities make a good friend, how to ask for help, how to set boundaries, and communicate when you don't like something. You may be thinking, that's not really sex ed, but the truth is that this really all adds up and will serve the young people in our lives greatly when they actually come to an age where they need to be able to make mature, responsible decisions. So if we lay the foundation and build up young people's confidence and their sense of autonomy and a real understanding of consent, it is going to aid them greatly throughout life and throughout all of the different realms of decision making. But don't just take it from me, because research backs these claims. Scientists in the UK have found absolutely no indication that these SRE courses encourage sexual activities at a younger age. In fact, some research has actually found that when given this information, young people are actually choosing to wait longer before partaking in these activities. And the UK isn't the only one making these strides. In the Netherlands, they have also adopted a more progressive sexual education model, and according to the World Health Organization, Dutch teens are among some of the very top users of the birth control pill worldwide, with 9 out of 10 utilizing some form of birth control the first time they had sex. The Netherlands also has some of the very lowest teen birth rates worldwide and impressively low rates of sexually transmitted infections. The main difference between young people who receive abstinence-based education in comparison to those who receive comprehensive sex ed is that those in the second group report overwhelmingly more positive, consensual experiences and are far more likely to utilize some form of birth control and take part in safe sexual practices. In the United States, we really tend to approach these conversations from a place of fear, like we are hoping that by withholding valuable information, we will somehow dissuade young people from being curious about these topics. In some other countries, they recognize that sex is a part of life and our sexuality is an intrinsic part of who we are that will grow and change as we go through different phases of life. and the information we will need at different stages of life will change as well. If we treat this like a one-time conversation topic to be put away and forgotten about, it breeds so much shame and stigma, when in reality, our sexuality is nothing to be ashamed of and should be treated with curiosity, care, and respect. As always, I welcome feedback on these videos. I will be providing sources below, so if you would like to go check that out and see the research for yourself, please feel free. If you have suggestions for future video topics, I am always open to suggestions. Please leave a comment, let me know what you think. I so look forward to having more videos in the future for you all. Thank you for engaging with me. Have a beautiful week, and I'll be back soon.